Yeah, so yeah, he's literally fighting bears. He's like wrestling bears as a kid, and he grew up wrestling. And his father's gangster, and
Khabib's gangster.
he's gangster.
He is gangster.
But
And he took shots from Barbosa, which is insane, because that's like being hit by, I don't know. I can't even do the right comparison with that, with one of his kids. That's the dancer, right?
yeah, y'all Romero.
Well, you think I'm Romero, I'm thinking
Yeah.
of somebody else,
No.
but still, that's just ridiculous. I think Khabib is in here for a reason. It is to win, but for some reason, I don't think that's his first priority. He's there to punish him.
Yeah, but then I think Conor is ready because
He get punished?
even watching him in the open workouts, right?
Uh-huh.
One thing I noticed is he might be outrageous and say outrageous things, but he seems to be dialed in. Like, the thing that really caught my attention was he was wearing his grandfather's hat and he was holding his child. So he's pulling energy from the generations before him, and he's like fighting for the hopes of the generation after him. It's like, for him, this is like, I know for him this is like a legacy fight, and if he would have not have fought Khabib, he wouldn't have been seen as the best ever. But after fighting Khabib, if he starches him, knocks him out like he says he's going to, or if he just beats this guy who is undefeated and almost unstoppable, unbeatable, he is going to be seen as one of the best ever. He was talking about fighting after fighting him, fighting Tyron Woodley for the 170.
And he is outrageous.
So imagine he did it.
Okay, hypothetically.
Hypothetically, imagine he beats Khabib and then beats Woodley.
I can't hypothetically.
I don't think he's gonna beat
That's
Woodley,
just
though.
so hard. I can't
He's
even
gonna beat Woodley. That's my
hypothetically.
man. He's not beating Woodley.
That's insane. No.
But it would be insane if he did it. That would be.
It would be I would automatically think that's a setup. Wouldn't it?
But it would seem
My
like
dude,
it. But
come
yeah,
on.
if he actually was able to pull that off,
He's
get a
trying to
third,
get back in with
beat
it,
Khabib,
right?
the best. You could say one of the best UFC fighters ever, undefeated. The best. He has the best record.
Yeah.
Ever.
He does.
If he beats him and then turns around and beat one of the strongest fighters,
Like a bear.
Woodley is a beast, and he's not just strong, and he's not just fast, not just explosive. He's very intelligent, and he knows how to game plan to beat you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you beat this guy who has the game planning, the strength, speed, and endurance, and everything,
Any
he's a full
opponent.
package.
Yeah, he is.
Like,
He adapts
if
to
he
any
beats him,
opponent.
I would say he's the best. I would say, John Jones. I'm sorry, I always say John Jones is
I'm
the
sorry.
best.
John Jones has to come back and fight in order to be the best again. I just can't leave it as is right now.
But
There's so much is going on.
there's nobody in the UFC, period, I believe, that can beat John Jones in the fight.
Gustafsson.
He can't beat him.
I think
he was
Gustafsson-
high when
it's
he
gonna-
beat him.
What?
Okay.
Oh, he's just downing everybody.
He
I
didn't
know
even
now.
train.
That's not even
He didn't
right.
even train that hard when he fought Gustafsson. Watch this time. If you fight Gustafsson again, he's gonna destroy him. But it's like they say it's 2-3 different fights they're talking about. They're talking about a rematch between John Jones and Gustafsson,
Right.
and then they're talking about a fight between Gustafsson and Yoel Romero for the belt. So it's like
Gustafsson and Yoel Romero?
yeah, Yoel Romero will be coming from 185 and moving up to 205.
Wow.
Yeah, and he
That's an interesting fight.
it is. That would be a good
That
fight.
would be an interesting
That would be a
fight.
good
I would
fight.
definitely want to watch that.
I wanted to see that in Madison Square Garden.
The two
That would have been
different styles
a great
Yeah.
headline or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
For the 205-pound belt. But Dana, you want to talk about this thing with the Nate Diaz and Dustin Poirier?
Already?
Yeah, we could talk. We could go back and talk about Khabib and Conor. That fight. We're gonna be talking about that for.
I have so much to say on it, though.
Go ahead.
I think Khabib, I already said it, he's like fully thorough gangster. And how this whole thing even played out, y'all know how I feel about Conor. This is just really weird because I don't understand how. I can't get this man's name right. I call him Hey Arnold or Maz.
Artem
Okay.
Lobov, the
And
Russian
you shouldn't
hammer.
even told me his last name. Now it's just messed up. Artem, right, is not fighting Khabib. To me, it seems like, it's not even seem like, it is Conor fighting his battle.
Yeah.
And that's weak to me. I don't like that. And then I find out that, you tell me, that Artem is fighting one of Khabib boys, the ones that caught him up in the hallway.
Kind of jumped him.
They didn't jump him.
No, yeah, they cornered him up.
He got smacked.
Yeah.
They did. First of all, there is no jumping if you're a UFC fighter. There's no jumping. There's no jumping. There's no jumping. There's no jumping.
What are you supposed to be, a ninja and run up the wall?
What's his name? Didn't he do that off the cage?
Who? Oh, Anthony Pettis.
Thank you.
He's fighting too.
I would like to see that fight.
Yeah, Tony Ferguson versus Anthony Pettis is going to be crazy.
That's going to be fantastic.
That's going to be crazy.
I haven't seen
can't wait,
in a while.
That's going to be crazy.
That's fantastic. Fantastic. I like Anthony Pettis.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. But yeah, he did it.
Showtime.
Absolutely. So I feel like it's just so kind of punk-assish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I understand why Conor wanted to fight and run to his battle and stuff, but we had this conversation. The way the whole thing played out was really punkish. You know, on Conor and his crew part, that was really punkish.
Yeah.
They wasn't trying to catch Khabib alone. And I'm from New York. He's from New York. We know what's what. You know, if you want to catch somebody alone, you catch them alone.
And you don't bring a camera.
Or scene, or audience, or cops, and the judge, and you know, all that's unnecessary.
I think
he did that for show.
But do you think like
Khabib did it the right way?
I understand why Conor did it if he really did it that way, because if somebody's gonna do something to your peoples, you go do something to them to show them that you're not gonna be doing stuff.
So
like,
why he didn't do it the way Khabib did it?
But you know,
why he didn't catch him the way Khabib caught Artem?
I don't know.
And it wasn't even Conor.
But,
why Artem didn't catch Khabib?
But you know, the Diaz brothers, they known for having these kind of brawls.
Why they didn't go consult?
They had no. I'm saying a lot of them are on camera. They'll fight you anywhere.
But that's the deal.
They'll fight you in the middle of the fight you fight, and they'll jump in the ring and fight you.
They'll fight you in the middle of a triathlon. Okay.
Khabib and his boys actually had a fight with Diaz boys at one point.
That's what I'm talking
And
about.
Diaz and them had brawls with Conor people throwing back and forth. These people,
I don't understand the problem.
The Diaz brothers is the shit. I'm sorry. Those are my dudes, yo.
They was the shit before this Khabib fight even happened. So what? What you saying?
Okay, so wait. So who do you got? Khabib or Conor?
You kidding me?
No, I'm just.
Why is that even a question?
We need to make it plain.
Of course it's Khabib.
Okay, how much you got on Khabib?
You want to do money? Word?
Yes. How much you got on
I
Khabib?
got situations going on. I got bigger things to bet on.
How much you got in Khabib?
50.
50?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Which is really going to be his money. But it's 50.
Okay, 50. I have Conor.
Because I got plans. It's something I want to do.
Okay, I got Conor, you got Khabib. $50. Y'all heard this. $50. I got Conor, she got Khabib.
It says.
And on top of the $50, I do 50 push-ups. I do a push-up for every dollar.
I will not do any physical work.
I understand.
I would not do anything physical. I will eat 50 grapes. There you go. 50 pieces of fruit. I'm down. There you go.
Okay.
Khabib, why did you do that stuff?
I like both of those guys. It's hard for me to even pick because I really admire both of them for all the hard work they've done to get to the point where they are.
That's true.
And, and for their personalities, they really polar difference. They're both different, but I still could see the hard work they both put in to get to where they are to give us this fight. You know, any fighter that gets in the ring, in the cage or on the mat, I respect. Because
Absolutely.
it takes a lot to get there, and it takes a lot of balls just to do it.
I wouldn't
say balls because it's women too. And any fighter, period, woman, man, whoever, I got a lot of respect for you guys.
Absolutely.
So even in losses, I'm still your fan.
Except Ronda Rousey. I know I bring her name up almost in every podcast, but she is just such a... Except her.
Okay. That's a whole other thing.
Except her. Diaz. What?
Nate Diaz versus Dustin Poirier. So both of these guys are good.
Let me just ask the question now. Why are they a co-main event?
They shouldn't be. They should not be the co-main event. They should be main event.
That is so upsetting.
And I would say Dana White
Messed up.
should have listened to these guys and gave them the 165 title and said like start the new title and have them fight for the title.
Yep.
You know, we need that division. They need to start that division and let them fight for that division for that belt because one, that's perfect. It wouldn't hurt any of the other weight classes.
Right.
I don't know why I understand. No, I don't know why he wouldn't do it, but I know why he's not doing it. He just don't like Diaz, and he don't want Diaz to be able to leverage him with that belt, and he don't want Diaz to really get that title.
And he's not afraid to lose that money.
And Diaz might not even win that fight because Dustin Poirier is pretty effing good.
Yeah, but everybody just
that
watching
dude is
Diaz
good.
fight.
Well, Diaz can fight his ass off.
No, he can't.
Diaz? He can't fight?
Come on, every fight I've seen with Diaz, and I love Diaz brothers. They are my fans.
Yeah.
I am definitely their fan. No doubt about it. But not for nothing. Y'all get beat up a lot.
Oh yeah.
Okay? Y'all can take punches like there's no tomorrow. I can say that. Y'all can take blows like there's no tomorrow. But you guys lose a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some of my favorite fights when they lost, like one of my favorite fights that Nate Diaz lost when he fought what's his name? When he fought Benson Henderson.
Oh, I love
that's
that
when he
fight.
had him in a leg lock game with finger. Yeah.
Oh, I love that fight.
That's one of my favorite fights.
I even like the way Benson Henderson, his whole mood and attitude in that fight. It was so day and night.
It was like nonchalant.
He was like, whatever. And nothing faced him. And
like,
then you had Diaz just like, oh, fuck you. It was beautiful.
You're not leg locking me.
It was beautiful. it was absolutely a great fight. Just to watch their attitudes. It was great.
I miss Benson Henderson in the UFC because I believe he would be up there fighting Conor right now. He'd be right there.
Great asset.
But then you got people like, what's the guy that's in Bellator? Michael Chandler. Oh man, I want to see him in the UFC, man. I want to see him fight. He's good, man. Just even to see him train is crazy. Like you think Tony Ferguson training is crazy? This guy, Michael Chandler's workouts are freaking crazy. The things he does, he takes the medicine ball, throws it on the floor, does a backflip, catches it, throws it on the floor, does a backflip and catches it. This guy is insane. His wrestling is crazy.
He does that.
Michael Chandler is the man.
That's fantastic.
But then,
how do you think about Darren Shaws in UFC?
He's good. He would be good.
He's champion right now.
Yeah, and
I think flyweight.
Yeah, not Bellator. What is he? He's in Bellator. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Danny Strauss is good. Yeah.
That's another topic we got to get back to with Bellator. I mean, they got some fantastic.
You know what I want to do?
Over there.
I want to do a Dreadlock Warrior special, and we're gonna highlight all of the UFC fighters and all of the Bellator fighters and all these combat sport fighters who have dreadlocks.
That'd be fantastic. They're mainly in Bellator.
I want to do that.
That would be fantastic.
It's a lot.
That'd be fantastic.
And
just talk about each one of them. Okay,
yeah.
That should be. Well, the next one is about you paying me.
Okay, and I you know about guys who have locks and fighting, they at a disadvantage because I say this always because when they weigh in, their hair has weight. So if you have these long locks, you're weighing in. You're underweight when you fight the other guy.
Absolutely.
You don't fight with your hair, but you're carrying that extra weight. So the guy you're fighting is actually heavier than you every time. So you sacrifice that to keep your locks. That I think is extraordinary. And I would like to ask a lot of fighters about that.
How do you feel about that?
You know, because even Eubanks, the girl who's going to fight Valentina Shevchenko, she tried to shave some of the back of her locks in order to make weight one time, and she was a little overweight because the weight of her hair made her a couple of pounds overweight. And she wouldn't cut it all off, but she shaved the sides and shaved the back to see if it could bring her more down. A little bit, but she still didn't make weight at the time.
It's only in ounces.
Yeah, but then when you have like all of this, when you have all
and
of that,
you're sweating and it gets wet.
That's like a pound. That's like a pound.
Absolutely.
Of hair.
You can't shake it off. It's like you have to wait for it to dry. People with locks, y'all know this. You have to wait for it to dry for it to lighten up. If your hair is just wet from sweating, sauna, anything, shower, even just the steam from anything, it
might make it worse.
It's just For females, I think, and guys, I think waiters, they could put it up on top, which would take some of the weight off, maybe by ounces, but Yeah, your locks is definitely a special thing.
Do they have somebody hold their hair?
Isn't that
while
something?
they win?
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Hold your locks for you. That would be nice. But I agree. Having your locks while you fight and the determination of not getting rid of them is something so special and spiritual and connect. And I think we should definitely touch base on that and talk about.
Yeah.
Because that's a whole nother level.
Yeah, we definitely gonna do it. The Dreadlock Warrior special.
And we got some champions walking
Yeah,
around.
we gonna go through all. From
Absolutely.
Carlos Newton all the way to like.
Carlos Newton. Can we even consider him? His locks is just like little afros.
No, but before he was. I would say.
Grow long.
Yeah, but I would say he was like the pioneer of a man with locks.
Okay.
Fighting. He was one of the people who actually inspired me to draw my locks.
No.
You know.
Okay.
It was. I have to put it in there.
I love it. Okay, fine. We can do that.
Okay. So we touched on this Valentina Shevchenko.
Which should not be the main event.
And Eubanks fighting for the main event.
They should not be the main event. I don't want to see it. I'm sorry. And it's a shame because I love my female fighters. I want to see this new chick and see what she's about. Because I haven't seen her fight yet, which is true. But why the main event? I don't understand that part.
You know why? Because it's a belt. So
but this is Nate.
I know.
It's a Nate event. I keep getting them mixed
Nate
up.
Diaz.
Okay, it's Nate Diaz and Dustin Poirier.
Not for a belt.
It doesn't matter.
It should have been for a 165 belt, and that would boost it up.
How does Dustin Poirier feel about that 165 belt? Do you know?
He was down with it, but then when you sign a contract saying that you're gonna fight at 155, and they're not even offering you 165, it's like you gotta sometimes just go. You know what? I signed the contract. I'm a professional. I'm gonna fight at the weight I said I was gonna fight at. I'm not gonna play no games. Nate Diaz, he's like, F that.
Contract.
I'm fighting at 165 for the 165 belt. Who's down?
There's no belt.
And there's no belt. It doesn't exist. And his ass will come to the UFC. He will come to the weigh-in
with a belt
at exactly 165. And you're supposed to be 10 pounds lighter. He would do that. And if he was the main event, think about it. If he's the main event at 155 and he comes at 165, were they going to just not have him fight? Now destroy the whole card.
But they've done that before.
Oh, man.
They've done that before.
Yeah, but it's like,
and then the people that they did slide and let them go fight anyway and they won. And they missed weight. They were over the weight.
I'm still disappointed that for UFC 205, they didn't have Nick and Nate Diaz fight on that card. They didn't I would have paid them whatever I had to pay them two guys.
I'm sure everybody would have.
To get them on there.
I'm sure everybody would have.
You know what I was thinking about? Having brothers fight. So you have the Pettis brothers, Anthony Pettis and his brother fighting, and you have Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz fighting. If they could fight each other, that would be kind of cool if you could have brother versus brother. Not the brothers fighting each other, but...
No, I know.
Yeah, siblings fighting the other siblings.
Oh.
On the same card.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Huh. You see all these great ideas?
Don't be stealing my ideas without giving me credit.
Especially
if you're going to steal my ideas, say something, man.
Especially Dana White. I'd be so happy to sue your ass.
I want to see...
so happy.
What is it? I want to see John Jones fight... what's his name?
You said it.
My man's best friend.
Hold on. Cormier's best friend is...
Let's see if you remember.
Starts with a K? No? I can't remember.
Cain Velasquez.
I was almost there.
Close, yeah.
I was almost there. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to see this fight, man.
That fight would be fantastic.
At least John Jones challenge Cain Velasquez. Say his name for me. Say I challenge Cain Velasquez at heavyweight. I'm whip his ass. If Daniel Cormier won't fight me, I'm gonna fight your friend, and I'm gonna fuck him up, and I'm gonna fuck your whole team up until Daniel Cormier comes fight me or something. If I was John Jones, I would call out Cain Velasquez. Unless you're scared, homie. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Did you just call out one of your best fighters?
John Jones, I know you could beat. I know you could. But he was scared to go to heavyweight until to fight Brock Lesnar. Why you didn't call out Cain Velasquez?
Wait.
I
never heard you just call out your number one fighter ever.
Okay, I believe John Jones doesn't know how good he is. I believe John Jones can beat Cain Velasquez. Okay. I believe John Jones could beat any fighter in the UFC right now.
I don't believe that.
Who could beat him?
Khabib.
Khabib cannot beat.
Khabib could beat anybody.
No.
Could be anybody because he's gangster.
He's fighting at 155 pounds.
I don't care if he's fighting at 100 pounds.
John Jones is fighting at 205.
You hear me? 100 pounds.
There's no way Khabib would beat
Khabib is gangster. The way you feel about Conor and his little Irishness is the way I feel about Khabib and his Russianness.
So it's Khabib time?
It's Khabib time.
Oh my God.
It's Khabib time, people.
I've created a monster. Khabib. Well, Khabib, we both fans of yours, but you know.
Gangster. All the way. Love it. Touche. Arnaz is a punk ass. Just hashtag Arnaz. Arnold. Hey Arnold.
So.
Abby. Just call you Abby.
So I got 50 on Conor.
I don't know why, but you can.
I got 50 on it. Now, okay.
Okay.
All right. Tag. So, what else?
Let's talk about this.
We got Chris Weidman fighting Luke Rockhold again in Madison Square Garden.
Oh, that's right. Well. That's right.
And that's
right.
Gonna be
that's gonna be a great
rematch.
Why? He lost that one, didn't he?
Yeah, he lost the first one.
He did.
And,
did we see that one?
Yeah.
No, yeah. Did we see that one?
I'm not sure if we've seen it.
And Rockhold.
No, we was in the bar. We watched it in the bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's when Weidman tried to throw the spin kick, like how this guy, how Vitor Belfort knocked out Rockhold before. He threw a spin kick and knocked him out. So Weidman tried to do the same thing, missed, and then Rockhold fucked him up.
Okay, I see that. Hope you adapt and evolve from there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. That's fine. I guess. I have something to say about Cormier and Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Cormier is not going to fight John Jones if he comes back.
No, I wouldn't. Oh, sorry. I wouldn't risk my career.
I wouldn't fight John Jones ever.
I wouldn't risk my legacy fighting John Jones.
But again. I think they have it set up. I think he has it set up to the point that it's impossible for him to fight John Jones unless he comes back out of retirement or he extends it and retire later.
He ain't doing that. I wouldn't do it. Don't do it. Don't fight John Jones.
The type to
I like
slip up.
I like Cormier, and I want him to submit his legacy, leave John Jones alone, beat the shit out of Brock Lesnar, and move on.
Will John Jones leave him alone?
I don't care.
And why Brock Lesnar of all people?
Because
Brock Lesnar?
The money.
But Brock Lesnar?
And Brock Lesnar is a former heavyweight champion also of the UFC.
I understand. Very
so
good. That's
he
nice.
beat one of the legends. He beat Randy Couture.
Okay.
And he beat another guy who I thought he couldn't beat, which is a legit fighter. He beat Shane Carwin. Shane Carwin was a knockout artist. He was knocking everybody out, and then Brock Lesnar beat him. So he became legit when he beat Shane Carwin. When he beat Shane Carwin, I was like, oh, Brock Lesnar's a real fighter. Because Shane Carwin was the guy who was beating everybody. And when he beat him, I was like, okay, he's legit. Okay. He's not just a WWE wrestler who could fight a little bit.
Because that's how I know him as.
Yeah. Like when he beat Shane, I was like, okay. He beat Frank Mir. And, Frank Mir is a former heavyweight champion also. And he's good. But when he beat Shane, that was a whole nother level.
Wow.
That was a whole nother thing.
Okay.
So I got a lot of respect for Brock Lesnar for beating him then.
Because I don't know him like that. I know him definitely like WWE and comes fight every now and then. Yeah. Okay, so cool. All right.
So who do you think is going to win that?
It's rough because I know some fights are staged. That's why. So it's rough. It's rough. I know fights are staged. So naturally how it should end is that Cormier wins and retires.
Cormier's going to tax that ass. He's going to...
You really think he's going to tax that ass from Brock Lesnar after you just finished telling me Brock Lesnar's a beast?
Listen, Brock Lesnar is not going to be... And think about it. It was a different time. This is before you saw...
Have you seen him lately with the training? He still looks like a freaking monster.
No, but it's different. This is before you saw... He was jacked up, like testosterone up to here. You can't even see it in the camera. Look. Up to there. Testosterone up to there. Okay. It was like, no way, nobody was... You could probably hit him with a truck and he would have got back up. And...
Is that Terminator?
Basically, that's how
Scary.
he was looking. Come on. He was like, he's. You know how tall and big this guy is on top of taking all of it? And he don't just shoot one little shot in the butt. No. He's shooting all over. Brock Lesnar is juiced to the gills, as they would say. That's when he fought Shane Carwin. But now he's getting all skinny and frail. He's a little older now. And not John Jones, but Daniel Cormier has fought clean his whole time. He eats good though. He's all about that cake and that chicken. All that cake.
Sugar.
That cake and that chicken.
I will never forget that video. Oh man, I will never forget that video.
He lives right. He trains really hard. He's retiring because he cannot keep on doing that without taking those steroids. Your body breaks down after a certain amount of time. Right? He want to be able to walk.
Yeah, he wants to enjoy his family. He said it.
So
he wants to be able to enjoy his family. He got like 3 kids or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And they're not like huge, like teenagers or nothing like that.
Yeah, and he's training them and wrestling and everything too.
Well, be prepared for some more Cormiers to come into the UFC.
Yeah, I hope I'm around to see them play football or wrestle, whatever they're going to do, because they're going to be champions or whatever they do. Because he's a great coach. And hopefully he doesn't overcoach him. Hopefully he doesn't overcoach him.
He has a school though. Does he train like a good? So I've seen him do things. He does have a nice family. Yeah. And I've seen him do things and such and such. But him retiring now, I think he's around 40 or something like that.
He'll be 40 March.
Which is when he wants to retire.
He's even older than that guy. He's all bald and all that stuff. He looks like an old man.
Look what he's going through. This is stressful.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, this is stressful.
But he has so much accomplishments. I'm proud of that guy. I really don't want him to lose to John Jones again. I want him to maintain that heavyweight title and ride off into the sunset.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Nobody ever beat him at heavyweight. He's undefeated as a heavyweight. He was undefeated in Strikeforce and undefeated in UFC as a heavyweight.
I think he should go train with Cain Velasquez to get ready to fight John Jones.
And Cain Velasquez should get ready to fight John Jones.
Yeah, I think Kwame should help him with that. Yeah. I think that'd be fantastic. And I think they should go to Gustafsson too.
Yeah. But then
get some tips.
I think that'd be a fantastic
John
fight.
Jones
I want to see
really
that so bad.
Active since he's been out. So I really want to see what he's gonna come back with. Yeah. Because he's been active. Yeah. He's been grappling. Yeah, so I really want to see what he comes back with, which might be a bit scary, because if he comes back, which he will, more involved, more intelligent, his mind has changed, more mature, this can be something really serious for these UFC fighters. Really serious.
And if John Jones goes up to heavyweight, right? I was just thinking for some reason. We have people like Ngannou.
Okay, let me tell you.
You have Ngannou sitting there.
He is such a disappointment right now.
But you know what?
John Jones needs to fight him to get him out of UFC.
I think Ngannou needed to lose.
Twice?
No, but he needed to lose the way he lost both times. He's going to come back with a vengeance, I believe. Because when you have a chip on your shoulder, I believe he's somewhere training hard. He's getting ready. And I think they should rematch that fight with him.
DJ thing?
No.
Or Stipe?
Not Stipe. With the Black Beast, Derek Lewis.
Yeah, Derek Lewis. Not DJ.
I want Derek Lewis to fight Stipe again. I think that would be a good fight if they both fought.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't even be upset if Derek Lewis turned it down.
I understand because
it was so hype in the beginning. And he was disappointed.
He was looking good though. The kicks
he threw the first.
And he just back problems. He's throwing kicks.
Yo, Derek Lewis threw a front head kick.
Yeah.
Right off the rip, as soon as the match started. And he doesn't look like he can lift from me.
No.
And no disrespect.
Not at all.
But that was fantastic.
He was moving.
I knew I was coming in for something. So that was fantastic. But Ngannou, he lost to Stipe, beat his ass really bad. Then when he went to go fight Derek Lewis, that was such a disappointment. And he didn't even care. He didn't put thought into it. He didn't put training into anything. Because 2 nights before the fight, he went to go fly off to Greece. Or whatever the case is. So he can lamp in his luxuriousness. I don't know what it was. But his mindset was like too cocky. He just felt like he didn't have to do anything.
They say
he didn't even do anything.
When they say don't believe the hype, that's part of the reason. Because once you start believing the hype, you can't be beat. Especially how he beat Overeem. He almost knocked his head off.
I know you love that one.
And I know you love that. I don't like that guy too much. He's smug. He's like, he's real smug.
And for you not to like somebody, there must be really arrogant.
He's real arrogant. I don't like that guy too much. But he's a great fighter. I ain't gonna take nothing away from him when it comes to his accomplishments. But just the air he walks around like his shit don't stink. No, he's worse than Conor.
Oh God.
He's worse than Conor. Conor at least is humble. And,
I understand that. Yeah.
No.
That's
this guy even the stories I hear about him in the gyms, with like his interactions with other people when he was like in different gyms.
Yeah.
He seems really, really arrogant.
Wow.
You know, but hey, sometimes that's what gets you to the dance. That's what gets you to that level. You have to be a little cocky, a little arrogant, a little believe. You have to have super belief in yourself for you to get to a certain level. And he was like champion and what is it? In Japan, what is it? K1. He's done a lot. He has a lot of accomplishments. But the Kumite.
So I'm sorry. Yeah. So Francis Ngannou to fight Jones.
Woo! That'd be a good fight. Strength against skill.
Crazy. Huh?
Strength against skill. That like
Ngannou
is good, but he has more strength and power. John Jones is more skill and craftiness.
He's unorthodox. That's the thing. You do not know the next move with that man. Because he can use a toe on you. It's just out of nowhere. He even used moves. He even used certain shots and something. That's why he doesn't even need to use it. Because he can have both your arms locked and he still hit me with the shoulder. For what? He just do things because he can do it.
But remember, old UFC is usually with a headbutt.
Damn. Was he around for the headbutt thing?
No.
Thank God. Damn, John Jones. Thank the Lord.
The UFC would be totally different if headbutts was involved.
There'd be deaths.
Yeah, well.
Did you see him make it hit with the cyborg?
But it was. Oh yeah, true. But it was no deaths at that time.
No, not then.
Yeah.
But it continued. Imagine if it continued.
It was like it was not no rules, but it was like a lot less.
Very limited.
Headbutts
and groins and headbutts and something like that.
Fish hooking and all of that stuff. You
really?
couldn't bite, no biting, but yeah, no biting, no eye gouging, and no biting, no eye gouging, no hair pulling. That's no. It was just no biting, no eye gouging.
You could pull hair. There was dudes in the ring pulling hair.
Yeah, Hoist Gracie was pulling what's his name? Chemo Leopoldo's hair when he had him in his guard and he was pulling his hair because he was trying to get out. And he was punching him in his face. So he was able to pull hair.
That's messed up.
Yeah, and he was able to actually use like different things. Like Keith Hackney, he had closed I think Joe Son's windpipe.
What?
Like he had him down and like I think he was in half guard and held him in his windpipe and closed him.
Isn't that like attempt murder?
No.
Yes it is.
Well,
sorry. To me it is. You try to close my windpipe.
Keith Hackney was good. Like people sleep on that guy. He white Tiger Kempo karate, he was good. Like and people don't give him enough credit, but Keith Hackney was good. A lot of those those early UFCs, I learned a lot from watching these guys and see what works, what don't work, and how things that you think can't work can work. And even like the development later on, people started throwing spin kicks that you thought wouldn't work no more.
That's true.
Because